Hello, everyone. My name is Christian Johnson. I am here today on Tuesday. What is it? Tuesday, October 29th, 2024. We're here with Mr. LP, Mr. Steven Sykes. I am your Chief Strategy Officer, and we have Mr. Steven Sykes here today. He's joining us on our marketing, Sleigh Your Marketing webinar. This is a marketing webinar. Everybody knows that I do with the marketing for ITB. And Mr. Sykes is a marketing professional. He has his own company, and we're going to let him introduce himself. But we're here today talking about marketing during the holidays and answering any questions that you all might have. So I'm going to let Mr. Sykes introduce himself. So Mr. Sykes, please introduce yourself.
Oh, gee, I thought we were going, this was about a movie review. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. My name is Mr. LP Steven Sykes. I'm the owner of On One Consulting. And what we do with our company is we try to help people unlock their business to their full potential, excuse me. So we do that via with social media marketing, brand positioning. We also help with operational enhancements to try to get your organization of your business to its fullest potential in that way. In addition, we do event production and other things as well, also with some video and photography work as well. So we try to do what we can to make some things happen. And thank you very much for you and your team for allowing me to be a part of this webinar.
Thank you for joining our team and being a part of the team. I know on the other side we're doing some other work together, so we're excited about that. And again, if anybody needs any services, any marketing services, please. I have your email on here. I didn't know if that was a good banner to use or not.
That's fine.
I'm gonna bring up your banner real quick and let me make sure this is the right one. Right, this is the That's the right email that we got for you. So if anybody wants to contact Mr. Sykes and have any questions for him after the webinar or even during the webinar, please tap in and chime in on any questions that anybody might have, or contact him directly here at his email, consultingonone@gmail.com. So, all right, so let me get up the screen here and we can share. I know you didn't have a presentation, you more had just this a deck that you're going to be going over and some points that we're going to be discussing here today. And usually how we do these, like I told you earlier, it's more conversational. We just ask questions and talk. And I ask a lot of questions that people might think of. And we have comments and people will comment them. And if anybody has comments, they'll comment them. I read them off. So
well, feel free to ask whatever questions ahead of time, during or after. I have no problem. I'm here for everybody.
Yes, sir. So I think what happened here, I don't have that screen anymore. If you would you mind sharing it? It went away on my end.
I don't know how. Sorry about that. Let's see what we can do to make that happen. Open back up here. Let's see here. Let's see here.
There it is. Like I said, I had it and then it went away. I don't know what happened, but there it is. It's back up. So I'm gonna let you explain each bullet point, and as we go along, I'll ask any questions pertaining to each bullet point, questions that the viewers might have, and answer any questions that I might have myself.
Sure. Well, first off, we're coming into the holiday season. I pray that everybody is doing well. going forward. But one of the things in getting ready for the holiday season, we need to have a clear focus in order to ensure that our products and services have the best chance available to reach out to the people. And obviously, in our cases, we're speaking to small and mid-sized businesses that are looking to get themselves to the next level. We obviously may not have the budget or the resources as larger corporations do. So it's very important that we focus on several different things to ensure that we're speaking to the right people. I want to make sure that when people, first and foremost, before we get into these different points, that we understand who your target audience is. And a lot of times people say, oh, it's everybody this group. And that may be nice and all, but into ensure that you're reaching the right people, you always need to narrow down your audience to the right niche. Sure, other people will be flowing in and maybe offering or wanting your services or products, but at the same time, when you focus on that one niche, at the very least, you don't seem like you're all over the place. So please keep that in mind as you prepare yourselves going forward with your business and this holiday season. First and foremost, I want everybody to talk about setting specific goals and understanding what's happened to the beginning of the year, throughout the middle of the year, and as you enter to the fall season and holiday season. Too many times people think that this is the season to help get themselves out of debt or get into the black. But if you go into that focus, you're always going to lose. We need to identify key outcomes, increase that will help necessarily get you to increasing your sales and customer engagement and your brand awareness. And when you focus on that, it helps you get to another level. What is your brand about? Who are you reaching out to? And also, as the customer engages with you, what does that user experience about? Are they getting the information that you're trying to say? Are they understanding the level of conjecture in terms of your services, your products? How is it reaching out to the person? In addition, are you just selling a product or are you solving a problem? If you keep in mind individual people's pain points and why, answering the why, the rest comes easy. You know, I could say, hey, I'm selling lotion, I'm selling toothpaste, I'm selling everything for your skin and mouth. Okay, but that's everybody else. What are the pain points? Why should I talk to you? Why should I look to go to your service? Answering those questions will help increase your product and sales and improve your brand awareness. And also, you should align your goals with true metrics in terms of looking. And if you have a business on social media, you should have it to a professional page where it's giving you some other additional key metrics. There are also some other tools out there that you could pay that would dive down in terms of like what they're using their cell phones, their laptops, their tablets, what time of day, what internet service, all these different things that give you key marketing tools just so you can identify who's receiving your information. So again, if I'm using a skincare line and if I'm seeing more people reading it between 6 and 8 a.m. and they're more on their mobile devices, then I might need to tailor my ads and my marketing strategy to hit those key audiences and find out where. I may say, hey, everybody in the Northern Virginia area from Prince William County on up, or everybody in this zip code in New York. If I have 100 people there looking at my ad, then I need to have maybe a specific ad to that and target it with my next ad or my next marketing promotion. So again, having set holiday specific goals will get you there. And in that way, you can also have positive conversions on your ads and everything else with Facebook, TikTok, social media, Pinterest, other different tools, Instagrams, Pinterest. God knows there's a bunch of them out there now, and Twitter, X,
Shopify.
there's Shopify, yeah, everything, your Etsy account,
And
wherever
yeah,
you're reaching people. There's also Reddit, there's also Tumblr, there's a lot of different, also your YouTube pages. So there's different ways how you go about each one. And whichever one that you see that you're getting push on, you focus on that, but you don't neglect the others because you never know who might be stopping by.
mhm.
Any questions so far, sir? I don't want to.
So would you say around the holidays for a individual that might be in the retail space, would you think that that's like the best time to really, because I know that the theme of course is marketing during the holidays, but so people understand the importance of marketing during the holidays, especially for retail businesses, could you go into how important it actually is, like the importance of why it is important? Because you mentioned the why a little bit, and each person's why might be different. Like for us, we do services, service-based business. We're service to service, so we noticed during the holidays, a lot of people are not necessarily going out and starting new businesses because they're getting ready for the holidays, getting ready, traveling, doing a lot. So, but usually after New Year's, there's a big jump in people who want to start businesses. But for somebody who's a retail business, um, during the holiday season, November, December, even January, uh, how important is it that they do these things, and how important is it that they know their why?
Okay, it's very important because it, especially for small businesses, because it by default it triggers a holiday spending freeze, frenzy, I should say. And people are actively looking for goals, gifts, ideas, deals, and experiences. If nothing else, the experience. If you sell the experience, that helps the why for different people. It answers a lot of questions, and they feel comfortable and they feel relaxed. Uh, Also, social media provides a hub for recommendations and promotions, and also help with exclusive offers, and to make people feel like you're getting a better connection with people. It also boosts engagement and visibility of your business. When they see, the saying goes, you see something seven times or more, you start to be a little bit more familiar. It actually is now double that, because now, as the microwave society that we live in for all ages, the frequency is very important. I'll use the Dell. I'm not a fan of Dell computers at all, but Dell spent a ton of money on marketing. Hey, dude, you got a Dell. And because of that, it was the onset of, oh, this was the best brand, even though it wasn't. Those in the field know it wasn't, but they spent the better on marketing. So how you present yourself in marketing, and there's something you have catchy, something that's worked, that's something that invites engagement, something fun. And especially in a time where people are going through tough times in this world, financially and just socially, and families, anything that you can do to help provide a level of escapism in a positive way towards the shopping or just information is always better. And when you can get on that platform with other people, that takes your company to a further along, um, anybody else in level of trust. You are building a level of brand engagement, and you're putting yourself in a position of trust as a position of authority with other companies as well, and individuals. It's also, that leads to emotional appeal, the emotional intelligence of the shopper, and the storytelling. It allows you to have more storytelling opportunities. Story driven content with a product helps drives and resonates a more of a connection with the audience, and it builds a level of engagement, and that also answers the why for people. And you can get a level of nostalgia, a level of togetherness. I remember my shopping time with my grandmother, or somebody favorite in your family, or a special time with your children. Those type of things help. If you could say, I could sell all these arts and crafts, but if I can talk and sell the experience and tell a story of, and something that's true, where I use these arts and crafts with my children, or when I remember when I was young, those type of things bring a level of nostalgia and warmthness that helps improve your sales and opportunity. It also builds opportunity for additional user generated content. Let's say if I have a product, again, I have a lotion. Now I'm shot. I out there, it's cold, winter season. I come back in and I'm about to spend time with my family, and this lotion helps relieve that stress, that pain, that crackling. I'm touching babies that people see for the first time. It relieves all these different problems and that I'm having. That's what you sell with that lotion, and thus people will take that content and make videos. They'll show, take other pictures with the item. It could be a candle, it could be a dish with a new recipe. All these things allow new content that they're more than happy to tag you and share with others. And that allows you to have more content for you to allow to share with other people and in growth. And it also gives you a very good competitive edge. Uh, Many people are looking for new ways and new how to reach others. When you do this and you're putting into the work, it's the journey and it gives you that competitive edge that many people are not doing. Everybody's looking for the easy way out. But when you're putting in that work, in an effective marketing campaign, you attract attention from customers that might otherwise go to somewhere else, but they see you. They got that engagement with you. They got that engagement with other members of your team. Um, it's right there. And then at the end of the day, it builds brand loyalty. That's very key. Providing excellent customer service, talking to people. People love to hear their names shout out. Remember, for those who also remember, you may not, but in the 80s and 70s, you call that 800 number or that local number to get shout out by the DJ. Yay, my name called on the DJ. And they had it recorded on that cassette deck and things. That built brand loyalty. It was exciting and things. Yeah, I heard you called. Yeah, the DJ told me I got called in there 5 times. They played my favorite Keith Sweat song. That was always an enjoyment. Now to be shot out by XYZ brand and the shout out, hey, I got the brand. They shot me out. Yeah, and now I got the sign. I put my hashtag. I wore that shirt. I got that business idea. I got that business plan. I made that cake. Those are type of things that build that brand loyalty, and especially in the holiday season, that helps strengthen that relationship with the customer.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much I think that hits that first point on. I kind of think it hits what you just said. Hit a lot of points on a lot of the bullet points you have here. But I think that does definitely give individuals more of a why and an understanding of like I asked the importance of why these things are important, why having your analytics and checking your analytics and setting specific goals for the holidays are important. um, so
Mhm.
let's go in. Let's head into this next the next point in creative and festive visuals and holiday content. Because let me tell you something, I definitely have been recently creating flyers for toy drive, for Thanksgiving food drive flyers, all types of flyers. I've had a flyer. We've had a flyer for the we're partnered with Advocacy and Empowerment. We've had a Thanksgiving flyer out since the beginning of end of September. So just getting ready for food, for people to bring in food in, because that's the time for it. And a lot of people would say, "Oh, well, I'm not bringing my food in until November. Or I'm not food because I haven't even gone grocery shopping to get my stuff together yet to even get non-perishable goods together." But tap into this second point here in the importance of why it's important to create festive visuals during the holidays, or just get
Oh,
that.
sure. That's very, very, very. That's one of my favorite things here. When your marketing has to match the theme of what you're trying to convey, and obviously it's a holiday season. Be in mind, be aware that we do have individuals and companies that don't want to say the word Christmas or have issues with a Christmas tree. There's some that celebrate Hanukkah, whatever the situation may be. Be mindful for what you're looking to do and your target audience with that. That said, always create something of positivity. It doesn't always have to be green and dark green and what have you. And the more you can offer ways of animation, the more you can offer ways of creating a holiday spirit and what have you. Those are very important. Keep in mind those colors. You can change the color of your company for that season, and say, hey, holiday colors or whatever. If it's purple and red for whatever reason, you can change the same colors of a poinsettia. One of the great opportunities of the holiday season, it allows you to be very flexible because as long as you're doing something in a positive spirit, it goes right there. Also, offer different things that people are familiar with, like guides to if you have a product, hey, do a guide to how to use that product in a certain situation, such as if I am buying in a hardware tool, a certain drill, a guide to how to use a drill and putting up this wall or what have you. Granted, there's thousands of videos out there on YouTube or anywhere else. You can go to the local hardware store and they'll show you. But still, you actually doing it, if you're selling that tool or a part of that tool to use towards something, that's very good. If you're offering a recipe, utilize those themes and those colors and things involved in it at the final point. And then as that flashing in, here's the great recipe. Click here at 7 o'clock on Saturday night and hear the recipe, and you show the final version of that recipe. It's right there. Think of how you we have the classic examples. Look at how the PBS shows, the Frugal Gourmet, use them for example, or the Julia Child, any one of those. The quick little 5 second, 15-second bumper in between shows. Join Julia Child as she makes her famous pumpkin pie for the holiday season tonight at 7. And you see the brand logos and other things. And at the end, you show that pie. Okay, smiling. Oh, I want that pie. So it's the same thing with your recipe. I want that pie. So, in the theme of the business, okay, this brand idea and this lesson that ITB gave me, and now I'm showing me with my customers, and it's working. Thank you, ITB. Those type of things that bringing together. Countdowns. Every week you should have a countdown. Hey, by Thursday at 4 o'clock, we're gonna sell this many products that we have at a discount rate at a flash sale. Come on down. People love countdowns. That create a level of excitement. That level of create something like, hey, I got to get involved. And these things work. We see landing pages where you go to it, and if you go back to it tomorrow, that sale is there, but it still sells there. But the sale will still be there. Excuse me, but it still have a level of interest, concern, and it's pointing to what they need, and recognizing that, hey, I may not get this sale again. And you'll say, hey, we're not going to do it anymore. We offered it. That's the same thing as early bird pricing. We have all these different things. And then as you do something, holiday playlists, anything that's general. We've had the Nat King Cole, we had the Frank Sinatra, we had the Mariah Carey's, we have all these holiday songs, general theme songs that everybody is comfortable with. You can play it during the holiday season behind the music and what have you, or any other not necessarily even their songs, but any other similar jingle. There's plenty out there that you can use with your marketing. So when you create constant positive visuals and holiday content, that makes the world a special place. And not just with your social media, your web pages have to match that. How you go about your everyday promotion need to match that. Everything needs to match together.
So I know for ITB, we do like you said, we have a countdown. We have a countdown on our a page for not a sale, because typically last year we did do a sale. We did a sale for packages, for business packages, startup packages. It lasted. We had it extend through the first of the year, for starting businesses, because a lot of people, when their New Year's hit, they have a list of things they want to get accomplished. They want to go to the gym, or I'm gonna start that business. Or I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something. So you kind of, you want to take advantage of that of those type of opportunities. And we have a countdown on our website. It's not for a sale, but it's for a workshop for young entrepreneurs. And when I did it and set it up and I showed everybody, it's like, oh, okay, it does give that excitement to see that, oh, this is something that this is only for this time, and it's only for this time. I might not ever get this opportunity again. And you kind of want to give that and show people that, hey, it's here for a limited time. It's here for the holidays. That's it. It's Christmas theme. It's themed around the around winter break and being on your winter break. So it's that simple. I know with our flyers, with the logo, I always add, around Christmas time, I always add a Santa hat to the logo. Like, it doesn't even have to be anything that, like, in the music. I run into issues with the music on Instagram, because when you have a business account on Instagram, it limits the certain the certain music you can use. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna have to do is start adding the music off on one app, and then downloading it and doing it on another, and then uploading it on Instagram. But I think all those are phenomenal ideas for, you know, around the holidays, things that you can do. And even if you don't celebrate Christmas, or you might celebrate Hanukkah, or you might celebrate Kwanzaa, re- regardless, add that theme to all of your products. Add that to all of your marketing products that you're using, because you only get to use it this time of the year. and and it really does kind of give that nostalgia feeling to say, oh, okay, they're playing, like you said, they're playing Michael Jackson, they're playing the Jackson 5 Christmas, they playing the Temptations Christmas over this flyer. I relate to that. I know that song. I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna look into that sale or that product, or whatever it is happening at that moment. So I think that is definitely true. So let's get into this next point, the leverage platform specific tools. I think that's kind of what we were talking about here with Instagram specifically. But I know Instagram is just one tool. You work a lot with TikTok and YouTube, of course, and Facebook, and we're streaming here on 3 different platforms. So let's go into that, leveraging platform specific tools.
Mhm. Yes. First and foremost, I encourage people to really sit down and learn how each of the tools really do work. Because this may not be a easy subject, but most people just kind of sit, click here, and post. But it's very good to understand how those tools work, including the hashtags as well. For Facebook and Instagram, Facebook does not do the shops as much, but Instagram still has its aspects of it. But it just depends on what you're looking to use. Utilize the professional tools that shows you how many people are using it, how long are they watching it, how long, what are they, to time of day they may be watching it, and all these other tools that they offer, so you can have a clear understanding of how it's being utilized and reached. Certain items, certain brands are just working for everybody different. What works for you in terms of that time of day may not always work for other people. Some have the opinion that certain things you should only post a certain time. I'm not the biggest believer of that. I believe you should be flexible, because you never know who might be watching at a certain time, even your specific audience. Now, if you're dealing with something, let's say, for example, energy drinks, people who wake up early in the morning, or gamers in the middle of the night, may be something to that. But outside of that, you never know what may be. If it's something dealing with health, well, nurses work all day and all night and throughout the night. So you never know which hours of nurses may be position, or hours of nurses may be watching. So you never know. TikTok is also more short form. There are some longer form things where people may put on there, but TikTok, I would think you need to keep the ideas and things for, unless it's a skit, maybe no more than a few 3 to 5 minutes, but most of the time short form. And realize the tools that they have, and they show you the bar graph of when they are watching it, or how fast they may have skipped through it, or whichever the case may be. LinkedIn is offer various tools, especially within their management program, of how many people are watching it, how it's being clicked at, and also which devices that they are clicked on. Most people find ways to get those, see how they go, and that's how they find which is the best audience that they may need. So those are the things that help, I could say, with those tools, that they all provide different ways of getting information for everybody. So they typically work very well. Um, there's a question that came up. It said, "What's the best way to get leads for?" I'm assuming for social media. Sure. The best way is to get leads, I would say, first and foremost, is prepare yourself to have the right setup to receive those leads. So that means, are you having maybe a separate email from your general email? So when you're getting those leads, you can assign the tasks to different members of your team. Also, if there's Google Forms, I'm a very big fan of, that you can use to put out information. You can create questionnaires and generate different leads. You also have polls. So now, when you have those different things and they ask the different people the questions, would you like to receive an email? That's one way. Say, hey, offer a flash sale. Would you like it at this discount? Click here. Would you like some more additional information? click here. Also utilize certain tools such as ebooks or short forms, um, answering questions, or the top 10 best way to clean your oven, 10 best ways to show to change your tire, whatever the case may be. Those little quick hitters are inviting, but to get it, you must sign your email, sort of like a landing page. So you could say, hey, click here, or say inbox me. You'll see people say direct me, and you'll get a lead or a coupon or a QR code, or sorry, a discount code. Those are very good ways to get leads to those things, offering something that they can see. Now I'm getting something in return for my email, for my list, for my discount. Those are very good ways. And optimizing websites for the SEO settings. So then that way, when people type in certain information, the closer you can to get towards your company, that would be helpful. And also the landing pages, call to actions. So say, hey, I will use myself for example. Someone may earlier this year and said, "Hey, Stephen, I need the best way to really reach the beach people for my brand of flip flops." Okay, we said, "Hey, best way to take care of your feet at the beach." Top 10 things, and you'll get a discount for my new branded flip flops. We put that out there on a landing page or offered in a group, and they got a quick white sheet of 10 different things on an ebook as a PDF. Then I think he got about 125, 27 of them that went out, sent the discount code to all those people. He turned out 42 sales. So those are the type of things that help out when you get those things. Also, ads. I do believe the ads work. Facebook and Instagram and TikTok have gotten a little bit tighter on
I
those
was,
things.
I,
And
the,
and it's how you do those ads, because it used to be a little bit can go far away, but not so much. And then also sharing, they only allow a certain amount of sharing at a certain amount of day, and that's just because of right now, unfortunately, as we dealing with spamming, the bear, the beast, fake ads, fake companies out there. So those are things out there. Lead forms, questionnaires, those always help. If you're a roofer company, people with homes, things for your homes, you see questionnaires so they know who's your best type of client. They may say, "Do you need help with your roof? Fill out our, come here to our page." And you may have a link to a specific page on your website or a landing page. You answer certain questions or a questionnaire, and they know by that questionnaire, yeah, there may be 100 homes, but maybe certain this many can only qualify for this amount of repair, and they may be your target audience. But then you got about 20 people that really could use the service, but they maybe not fit the pricing. How can I fit that? Do I have a deal with another partner company that can service them? Or maybe I can find another way to service that client and build. Now that may be additional service or product that we could develop to serve that client. You never know. By offering those positive leads and questionnaires, you open your door to more new things. Email marketing, I'm not necessarily the best towards those all the time. Newsletters are very good still. And customer relationship management things that you'll see with Salesforce. And these are more for larger companies. Those type of things help out a lot. And as you see the level of engagement, it drops off. They'll see if it's something that if you return it to the site and they say, okay, this customer may not came to my site or to my webpage recently. Hey, what happened? I need to send out some information to find out how to retain that customer to keep them engaged. Or they may not purchase something, but how are they utilizing our tools or our service and our information so they can go further. And also, there's some a new AI tools out there for chatbots. Depending on your business, chatbots are very popular to install, and that helps retain information. And then after they finish questioning, you'll see, hey, fill out this for a survey, and you can offer something to 5%, but always price out your business to be able to absorb whatever discounts that you may need. But don't think about things when you do this as a quick quarter, quick quarter, the quick dollar. Look at the long-term nickel. That will always save you. And again, the last thing, trials. If you're able to offer trials for different products, that helps as well.
So I think that kind of tapped into the second point here with the engaging your audience and building good leads and running holiday themes and contests and giveaways. So I know for us for ITB we last year I know we did a sale. We did not a sale, but we had we went to an event and we had to have do a giveaway. We had given away a logo. So and they gave it away. We had a 3 card and a gift card. It had a gift card and a logo in it, a voucher for a logo to build a logo for your business. We just recently got a call, literally this week, of that person from last year who got it last year for there to get their logo. Now she just is getting a logo from us, and that potentially could turn into she could get other services and so and build a new build a rapport with us just from something going to an event and giving our information out and giving away a service, something like that. So there are a ton of ways, and I think for some people they stick. There's a lot of companies that focus on marketing through social media. Now, for some businesses, especially retail businesses, if you're selling um, retail items and you do a lot of work on the internet and through social media, I think that works a lot. Everything you just had stated about um, running everything through TikTok and running ads and things like that. Now, ads for us in the past, they work. We kind of run more campaigns because now it's a little different because when you boost a post, you can boost it, but then you have to do an ad and then you have to do a campaign. You got to set it up for a certain amount of time and a certain amount of money going into it. And sometimes Meta can overcharge for something when you set a budget for something and they could go outside of their budget.
Yeah, you
But
have to do something very specific
yeah,
and very much targeted.
yeah,
That
it's
works better.
exactly. It has to be very specific to your, especially the area and your demographics. Because when you actually set up the campaign, you set it up to the age, the I think the race and the ethnicity is on there included as well. The area, the service area, all of that is included. And when you connect it to a CRM, we had a CRM. We're using a different CRM software now. We had a different one, but we're using a different one now. All of that is connected. When you get a lead in, it generates that lead, it generates their information, their name, and then you can just add that to your email list. But especially during the holidays, it is important to have that and build upon your email list. So let's go into this next one. I think that was. Did you kind of tap into the run holiday theme contests and giveaways, or we were gonna go into the promote
I,
limited time offers and flash sales?
I did tap into that a little bit in things. The one thing I want to keep up with that um, and running holiday giveaways and stuff like that. I think it is more so just knowing what you have in things. Sometimes people take on more than what they can chew with those different things, and it's very hard. But when you run those giveaways and such, just make sure that you have everything together and make sure you optimize them for basically what your audience may need, not just something random. Also, make sure it's something that could work in relation to your brand or service or products. Tag people and use your hashtags, and also promote it with holiday themes as well. Not just saying, "Hey, I got a brand new can of soda. Join now." No, a little bit more engaging and offers that's a little bit more inviting to others. The one thing I want to talk about, jump down, is the Jesus, I lost my notes. Something where I typed here. Excuse me. Uh, engaging with your audience in real time. That's very, very key. Uh, and what happens is a lot of people will say one of the biggest issues I have with people having a business is that they say they don't want to talk. They want to deal with people. They just want to run their business. And when you're starting out, and unless you have somebody on your team that handles all the front facing things, you are the person that needs to do it. And even if you do have somebody, you need to be able to be prepared and every once in a while still go out there, because one, is a team effort, and B, you have to be able to sell yourself, if you sell the business. And if you don't have enough confidence in yourself to go forward and to speak to people, then why should I have confidence in your product or your service and things? And if you're not ready, then don't have the business and don't run your business until you are ready. There's wonderful speaking classes out there. Offers a range of opportunities to help improve your front facing and speaking with people, discussing with others. All these other great things out there is very, very important. That said, utilize live videos. I'm not sitting there saying go on there and talk forever in a day, hours at a time, every single day, but utilize live videos or pre-recorded videos that help get people going. But pre-recorded, you can play it and then also engage and respond to people at the same time, or have somebody else in your team responding, posting, answering questions throughout the live video at any given time. And look at how people are responding. Respond back to others and say, hi, thank you for responding. Make sure in your response you still add your hashtag and or your webpage with it as well. Have a follow-up where your service always leads back to your webpage or leads back to whichever platform that you're looking to, especially if it's to a specific sale or of a special of a product that you're trying to sell or a service. Utilize polls. Yes, so reach out there and see what poll questions might works best for you. There's several AI tools that might assist you with that, or sit down and brainstorm with your team and put those polls out there in a way that people can understand it, not overly wordy. Keep it simple, and where people can just click here, yes, no, maybe so. What have you, or maybe something that they can customize their answer. But polls are meant to uh, allow people to get through it, quick thought, nothing too serious. Stories are very important. Reels, uh, but Facebook's Reels, for Instagram Stories. Also, you'll see it in your shorts in YouTube. All these things are very important in how you get people out there, and that's what they want. There's some people that don't even know how to utilize all the other services. They just go through the stories and reels and things. Those are very important. Those are the first things that pop up when you do log into your devices, and especially when you have your hashtags related to those stories and reels and those shorts. It helps improve engagement for your clients and also allow you to see what they're interested in and what works and what does not work. People will direct message you, respond to them as quick as possible within 4 hours, preferably not a whole another whole day, but within a 4 hours. If your business is flowing pretty well with several members of your team, then it should be reasonable within the hour or two that you can respond to those DMs. They're very important. And also certain comments, and that builds and foster trust and also urgency within the clients that, gee, they responded back within 5 minutes. Thank you. That means a lot, especially if it's something that they have a question before they look to purchase something or utilize your service. Those are very important. So please engage with your audience and do utilize other things to help increase engagement. That may mean you may have to go live. That means you may have to step outside the box a little bit. In fact, act as if the box does not exist. One of the things I suggest is go outside. If I have a product, go downtown to a local area, go to the street corner, to the park, or whatever, and reach out to people. Have your banner, have a stand, have a sign, and reach out and talk to people. You never know what might happen, and those things will benefit you in the long run.
So to your point of, a lot of people I run into are not comfortable with public speaking and talking to people and
Hmm.
engaging with people, especially large audiences. And you know, as an individual who works with a lot of business owners, I don't think that you can be a business owner and not be comfortable with
Hmm.
public speaking and talking to people. Because if you're, like you said, if you're not confident in yourself, how can I be confident in your product? Um,
Exactly.
and if you can't do your pitch, your elevator pitch, because you get nervous and you just can't, or you get really bad anxiety. Now some people, of course, dealing with individuals who have with disabilities, who are disabled and have severe issues, you un,
Sure.
you understand. But
And I think the general public will understand. Okay, this person may have a issue, and they're working through it. That's fine. And I'm not expecting even little kids or adults. And if you're new people, the right person will have grace and patience and understand.
exactly,
You know, everybody don't, but if you're doing the right thing, it helps.
exactly,
Miss Johnson says that I'm running to tell a story. Yes, those things are very important. And there are parts of us in our lives that, or situations in our lives that we may not be comfortable talking about, whether you may feel it's private, tragic, embarrassed, what have you. The best way I can tell people, get over it. I'm just plain blunt honest. I am not for the cuteness here. Uh, and if you can't get over it, work on yourself until you can. Because when you find that level of confidence, when you find that level of energy and that grace, and you can speak about it and laugh, I don't care what it is. But
exactly.
when you can figure out and move past that, now don't get me wrong. There are some tragic things. I will say I'm not going to dismiss assault and death and murder. I'm not dismissing those things. Okay, don't get me wrong. But if it's instead of letting that tragedy define you, let the joy of overcoming. I'm sorry. Let joy in overcoming and survival and all these other things and the lessons learned. Let that journey define you. Because I find if it's 20 years later and you still moping over it and things like that, that's going to be hard. But if you able to find that journey and let that define you, then that will help overcome your level of fear. And that journey will provide you all the things that I've told you about. That journey will provide you your social media content. That journey will find you that motivate you. That frustration will motivate you. Uh, just every single thing. I'm not expecting everybody to be born out the womb and ready to go like I am, but I expect you. But I believe in you. I have that faith in you, and it's going to take time. Some people it's taking years, but even as you work on this and you're not ready, there's other things you can educate yourself with as well in terms of tools, this, that, and other. So that as you grow and you're ready to speak, now you're hitting the ground running with more resources and tools than anybody else, than those who are good able to speak. So this is just something just to think about.
Yeah, that is all true, because I for a lot of people, how what I see is in a reflection of their marketing, you can tell, you can actually tell a lot about a person in how they market. If they don't post, if they don't even post on their story, if you don't even, even repost anything, if you're not really doing anything, you can tell that either they're going through something, they're not in it, they not if they're not going live, because a lot of times you want to know who the person is, the CEO is. You want to know, especially for small business, you want to know who that person is on the other side, because you want to know more about that individual and their history and their story, to know, am I comfortable from buying from this individual? Am I comfortable from doing business with this individual? And like you mentioned, for individuals with disabilities, um, the society understands and they respect that, and we can respect that, and we have a mutual respect. Everybody should have a mutual respect for other people. But at any point, and this goes for anybody. Now, marketing people are usually a little bit, might be behind the scenes in doing marketing. I'm a marketing person. I'm not. I'm more here now, so I'm not necessarily behind the scenes. But for CEOs, entrepreneurs, anybody, if you're starting out and you're starting to do your marketing at the beginning, or you're starting to do these things, you need to put yourself out there. Like you said, you need to, because Miss Johnson, she's getting to a point now, and you have pushed this so heavily for her to even have her own website for her speaking engagement. And you laughing, but that's exactly what it is. That's what you want to get to. That you want to get to a point where you are comfortable with telling your story, how you got to a point, how you got to this, how you maneuvered and made business and maneuvered through business and got to the point you got to, regardless of even if you aren't in business, even if you aren't in business, still you need to just do that. But
Right,
specifically,
because I agree. I tell she's probably gonna be mad at me. I'm not giving up on her on that either. But it's a matter of you know, I think it's just to be from default, starting in elementary school. You need to learn how to do these things. There is a reason why people put you in front of the microphone and make you sing and talk in church or whatever the case may be, to read the minutes at a meeting or what have you. Those things are very important, and it helps to overcome those feels. And also, it just depends on also at the same time your audience. I know, for example, I'll be honest, I don't post as much with On One Consulting as often because I'm out there teaching and help educating others. So there's a client base in terms of how it goes out. We got some more things coming on out there as well. You don't see, although they have it, they're not doing a whole lot. Rolls Royce, on BMW with their marketing, things like that, because the product and the service sells on its own for word of mouth. And that's where I'm grateful where I'm at right now, although I plan on doing more, but that's where I and others are working towards, and it's very important. But you have to keep posting, and no matter what, because it keeps engagement, and you never know what's out there. Yes, Miss Johnson, Shanae, yes, keep posting. Took the words out of my mouth. Put your content out there. Yes, it's very important because you never know, and you never know what that last post may do for somebody else. It may save their life. It may inspire a change. It might inspire a new invention. You just never know. Those things are very important.
I know Miss Johnson, both Miss Johnson, Charnay and Miss Evelyn, had gone to a conference in DC, and there was a lady who she sold like scarves and like clothing that that explain a brand of a business. So she would come in and like sit down with the company, sit down with the CEO, sit down with the board and individuals, and get an idea and a feel for the business. Look at their branding and marketing and things like that, and get an idea of their brand. And she would take what she visually sees and hears and understands, and applies it to clothing. And you know, do you want your do you want your clothes? I'm just saying that when you get to that level, do you want to be the person who is not really color coordinated? I mean, not it doesn't look good. You want to have a nice brand. You want to look good. You want everything to sound good. You want everything to be concise. You want it to be clear, and you don't want it to be, you wanted to be consistent, just like Charnay said, you wanted to stay consistent and post no matter what. And I understand it's hard for a lot of business, especially I run into it all the time with people who don't know how to work technology, and and for some people, you think because they might be older, they don't know how to work technology. It's
I
not
don't.
even. It's not
I
even
don't think that's right.
it's not even always that. It's not even always that. It could just be somebody who really does not understand how a lot of these things work, and they have to learn, and they don't know. And like you said, posting that little post saying post every day, posting something that could save somebody life, and save somebody's lives in any industry, returning citizens, Native American, Hispanic, posting anything helpful, anything that is good information. It's good and it's helpful to people. And as you're building your brand, people pick that up. They notice it. They see that you're doing that you're staying consistent. They see. Now listen, one thing with analytics, I don't know if you mentioned this. I don't necessarily always think the analytics are the best representation of how well you might be doing as a marketing. That's just my opinion. I feel like there's some certain analytics, like you said. I look up what times it is to post. It typically always says post at in the morning, early in the morning, maybe during lunchtime, and then maybe yeah, Miss Ellen just said sometimes we just need to get out of our own way and just do it. That's Nike. Just do it. That's a brand. That's a brand. Just do it. You just gotta just do it. That's a whole brand, a sports brand, and that's exactly right, Miss Ellen. But for I forgot what I was about to say. I was going on something else, but no, I'm gonna let you go back, Mr. Sykes. I got lost. I was going on a
That's no problem.
tangent. I read Miss Ellen's and I
That's no problem.
forgot what I was gonna
That's
say
not a problem. No
because they're
problem.
coming in live and I'm reading them. But
I wanna hit on a couple of things that's involved in the last few here.
yeah,
One, I want people to understand a few quick points. That we're not in competition with any. Nobody's in competition with anybody. Let's get this out the way. And thing. Everybody got to run their own race. The only competition you're fighting with is. Good evening, Ms. Burton. Burton, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you, Ms. Harrison. The only competition you have going on is yourself. Okay, is stop it. And what this other person is doing, what other person, you got to run your own race, and you're competing with yourself. If you're frustrated at something, look at the person in the mirror. That's one. Two, share with others. Collaboration brings out positivity. You know, difficult times tend to bring out positive and new solutions. Collaborate, work with others, join with others. There's plenty of other marketers and other social media. I'll do a meeting with them. I join with them. I'll do a live with them. It doesn't matter to me. It's about giving back. And whatever you're not willing to freely give and share is also lost to you. Okay. So if you're not willing at some point in time to donate, share, and give, and what have you, those opportunities are also going to be lost unto you. So keep that in mind. Also, testimonials, collect them, get them. Ask people to record them on video. They're the best of them all, and you can have the worded ones as well. But the video is always best. Get as many as you can. Encourage them to put a record them on a cell phone. Go to them if you need to, and get those testimonials and clean them up and get them out there. Those things will help you, and that way you're not and let them be authentic. Sometimes they say, "Oh, right, help me write it and do this and that." I'll no. Speak from the heart and honesty. Those things are out there. That's better than sitting there and trying to get a whole bunch of ones. And please do not pay for testimonials as well. Just get out there and have those testimonials for those who do work with you. Hashtags. I am a strong believer in hashtags. That's one of the most top 5 things important to have. I'll say number 3, have a unique hashtags that's to your business, but please no long hashtags. If it's more than like 7 or 8 letters or something like that, it could be very, if it's not something specific, it could be very difficult going forward. But please have a unique hashtag in every single thing that you go off that goes out, from your emails to your postings to your press releases to your documentations that goes out, everything. A letter to a court, letter to your client. It doesn't matter yet. It needs to include your hashtag. That needs to be burned in the edge of everybody, along with your logo and the meaning of your brand. Those are very big, very important. Logos are very important. It's either the word or the logo that makes the most important, not both. When you do, and it has so much thing more, then it's very hard. If you have a if you have a logo that's very important, then you can use the initials to whip it, or just the logo by itself. If it's words, then let it be the words, but not too many of them. Those type of things can make and break your business as well. Study others, study the trends, study what's going on out there. Nothing crazy, but if there's something else going out there, then do it too. But do it with your product in hand, your shirt in hand. It should never go on out there. Also have your QR code for your business and your link account. There's several other ones. I use Linktree, but there's several other ones that you click it, and it lists all your social media, your products, your new services, anything else that's out there. Those are very important to have. That makes it easy for people to follow you, cuts down the noise, keeps the traffic in house, and allows the people to see that you succeed and you're focused into your point. Those are some of the last few things I wanted to get out to before it gets too late.
Yeah, yeah, because we just at a hitting an hour, um, and I think all those points are great point. I list, of course, the StreamYard, this using StreamYard. You know, you suggested that we got on. Now we're on here and it's working, and I love it. The link tree, you know, because some people you still use business cards and they put their QR codes on them, and but having the link tree is good for digital. If somebody needs to just find you, it's there. We had that set up as well, so it is a good.
Save your QR codes. Also with that, thank you for reminding me. Your QR code, save it as an image file on your phone in a separate folder, so you don't have to scroll through and find it. Save
Fine.
it as a separate folder in your QR code, and boom, it's right there.
Yeah. And I know for some people they put it on the website page for the contact to contact them. They might have it there, but you should be able to find all information, the social media and everything on the website. Um, but yeah, I definitely think that all those points for the holidays and marketing, those are all great tips. I think every bullet point we pretty much have every bullet point in going through the holidays and marketing and how to be prepared for it and what you need to do and pretty much the process of marketing from a in China. I'm sure this could be a whole class where you could go into it for hours and days and days and days and days. But no, we're gonna keep it short here. And yes, Miss Ellen, it is awesome information. Thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate it. I appreciate you joining. I thank you for joining. And I think we're gonna wrap up here. So, Mr. Sykes, I'm gonna let you. I think we did a good job. I'm gonna let you put your information back up here again for anybody that wants to
Uh,
contact you.
I I put it right there already. The web page. I don't know if you can see it, the highlight, but I put up the web page and the email.
Yes, sir. There it is. Both. We're gonna bring them up right there. Mr. Steven Sykes with On One Consulting and in the beginning, Incubator. And we are here both servicing the community. And like you said, we're not just, you got to have a passion for what you do. And you have to you can't just do what you do and not have any connection and not bring any person. Anytime somebody says it's not personal, you don't want to take things personal, but in some cases, it definitely is personal. And running your business is a very personal to you. You don't want it to become too personal where it becomes problematic. But it definitely is for some people. It's their baby, and I know for Steve on one is his baby. Just like ITP is Miss Johnson baby, but everybody. It's the whole baby. It's the baby. Um,
Very much. Let me say this first and foremost. Thank you and the whole ITB and the Johnson family for and everybody within your board and just everybody within the teams because y'all do a wonderful and smashing job for those in need, as small businesses, and everybody else out there that needs help with their gosh with product launching, business research, a whole bunch of other different things. They do a wonderful and great job. Research also is additional funding resources, business plans, ideas. And if you just need somebody just to sit there and talk and you just don't even know yet, schedule some time with them and please reach out to them. They understand it. And in many of the different forms that you have, if you're single mother, single father, family oriented, long term, new business, whatever the case may be, rich city, environment, poor city environment, whichever the case may be. We don't have
rural
a middle
areas,
class anymore.
rural areas, urban areas,
world,
any area.
world, urban. If you're a veteran, if you're an individual with fighting through some disabilities, uh, you're a young college student, if you're a teenager, whatever the situation may be, I highly encourage to reach out to ITB in the beginning. If they take the time, focus on what you need and show you have what you want, but they'll show you how to get there. And I appreciate the family for that, and the organization, and it's a company that's here for the rest of the end of time.
Yes, sir. So you did my part for me, Steve. So with that, with that being said, we're gonna close out here. Thank you to everybody that joined tonight. We really appreciate it. Next month, I think we're only gonna have one or two Tuesday webinars. Election day, we will not be having one on election day. If you have not already, get out and vote. Please get out and vote. Pray about it. If you're still undecided, please pray about it. Take it to the Lord and figure it out when you get there. When you get there, because we all, I ain't got no biases. I ain't gonna say nothing, but
Well, I have a show on Live and Global Media's shameless plug. Thursdays, go to we're posted on One Consulting, but you go to my profile, Stephen Sykes, and you'll see it there. And also in Live and Global Media, we do a video podcast every Thursday at 8 p.m. and we talk about a lot of social issues, health, wellness, education, and so much more, and including this upcoming election. So if you have any questions, please feel free to join us there as well.
Exactly. So like we said, get out and vote, and we'll be tapping into that soon too. So look out for any emails and stay tapped into the email list that's going out, our constant contacts that's going out. Stay tapped into our social media for any updates so everybody can stay in tune. These webinars also post to our YouTube. So if you want to go back and want to get refill on some information that you might have had before, please go to our YouTube page and tap into those. It's In the Beginning Incubator on YouTube. So if anybody has, I don't think we have any more questions. So thank you, Mr. Sykes, for joining us tonight. I'm going to end the live here. I hope you all have a great rest of your night and have a blessed night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.